What's up, guys? Crazy's in the building. How's everyone doing today? Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Today is Friday. Friday. Happy Friday, guys. And today is January 28th. And today's payday. It's the end of the month. We got rent due. Pay your rent, motherfuckers. Some people like Fridays because they have the day off tomorrow, the weekend off. Kids don't go to school. To me, it's just another day. I work tonight and tomorrow, so it's not that big of a deal. And let me get to comments. That would be good. Hey, everybody. Hey, Dee. Hey, Mike. How are you? Friday. How are you guys feeling today? You guys give it up to my moderators. Hey, Carly. My hair looks like a lion. I just washed it, so it's like crazy. Hey, Sandra, type out how to say your name. Am I saying it correct? Amanda L is back in the house. What's up, Amanda? Happy Friday. Hey, Amber. Hey, Marie. Marie says, hello, Cece, and Mod and chat with a rose up there. How are you guys feeling today? Good? I hope so. My day is just getting started. You like that song? Right here. Oh, is it over? That was my second intro song that I had for the channel. And by far, that song never fails. Whenever I would have that on my intro, people would be like, what song is that? What song is that? But it's from the app, so you guys can't get it unless you get the app. So, sorry. Cara, excuse me, Cara, I just seen your email come through. I haven't opened it yet, but I do see the title. So it's Heidi Plank. So you got my interest. So after this, I will look at it and get back to you. Sandra, am I saying your name correctly? I don't know if you responded. Hold on, guys. I need to know. Sean, da or day? Shonda, Shonday, Shonday, Sade? I love Sade. How are you guys doing? All right, so I think I'm just going to get right into this live discussion. Today we're going to be talking, the case we're going to be discussing is going to be Summer Wells. And I'm not going to go into a recap of that case, you guys, because I feel like we're unfortunately almost 8 months now, and I feel like everyone kind of knows that case by now, especially if you're a subscriber to mine. I know I am getting new subscribers from the case about Lauren Smith Fields, but if you want to know more about Summer's case, I have lots and lots and lots and lots of videos on my channel. Just scroll all the way down and check out one of the videos I have. Get caught up with it. Now, I have been following the case since the very beginning. Summer went missing. Summer Wells, 5 years old, went missing from her home, reported missing from her home on June 15th in Rogersville, Tennessee. Now, she was reported missing by, we're told both parents called 911. That would be Dawn Wells and Candace Wells, who shortly after Summer went missing, she wanted to be referred to by Candace Bly, which I thought was pretty interesting. So she's been missing for quite some time now. Again, I'm not going to go into too much of the recap of it. I feel like everyone knows it. If not, please check out my playlist I do have for her. Now, today, we're going to be talking about one of the theories that is out there, and that is the dry drowning theory. There are quite a few theories out there. Dry drowning, secondary drowning, accident. It's all together. There's quite a few theories out there. Today, we're going to focus on this one. Now, I'm kind of off the cuff today, and I know what I want to play for you guys and show you guys some screenshots, and then we're just going to have a good old discussion. Now, I do need to do a disclaimer. I know, I normally don't do a disclaimer, but unfortunately, I need to do one for this case. Unfortunately, Summer's case, how can I say it? There's a lot of drama around it. I don't want to say craziness because there's nothing wrong with being a little crazy, but there's a lot of drama for sure around the case. So I just want to make sure that if you're here and you want to talk the case, great. All opinions are welcome. But if you're going to come into my chat and you're going to be like, well, my YouTuber said X, Y, and Z, and then someone's going to say, well, no, this YouTuber said this, and my YouTuber is right. This one's, I don't want to hear it. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I also have been following the case from the very beginning, and I think I've seen mostly everything with it that I think is important, at least. I mean, if anything, Dee, my mod, she keeps me up to date with everything regarding Summer Wild's case. Anything, even if it's the drama, she'll send me it. She'll be like, you should check this out. Have you seen this? This is interesting. I think we should discuss this. Dee for sure is on top of everything. So if I don't see it myself, then she for sure will see it and send me the information she thinks I need to take a look at. So please don't bash other creators in my chat. We don't do that here. I have some mods that are creators. So if you have a problem with one of my moderators, take it to their channel. And if you bring it here, I'm going to always 100% have my mods back. So please, no drama here in my chat. That's one thing that I just don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like going on another channel and trying to chat with people and then drama's in there either. It's just never been my thing, and I'm not going to have it here. So I just have to say that because Summer's case for sure it's a lot of bullshit going around it. And honestly, I'm not sure if it's just because it's been so long. It's already going on 8 months, I think. Yeah, we're almost at 8 months. And I think some people are so emotionally invested that what happens when you get emotionally invested with a case, you get upset when, you're not getting anything from law enforcement. She still hasn't been found. And this is any case out there. I've seen it with lots of cases, especially as time starts going by. A lot of people start getting mad and frustrated. Emotions are involved, of course. So people start, I think, just lashing out at each other. Or sometimes people have been covering it from the beginning and they think they own the case and they think what they say is the only way or the highway. And honestly, I've been following it from the case and I still don't know what happened. I wasn't there. So my theory of what I think happens, then next thing I know, I'll have a conversation with Dee or Amber will bring something to my attention and then I'll be like, crap, I don't even know anymore. So just keep that in mind in chat. If someone has a different opinion than you, agree to disagree. And if you guys can't, just block them. Okay? Does that sound good, guys? Give me a thumbs up in chat. Say, yes, crazy. That sounds fabulous. And I'm trying my hardest not to say bad words because someone said it's not ladylike. So I'm trying to be more professional. Hi, Alicia. How are you? I love crazy crime. Oh, thank you, love. Hey, Rap. What's up? Nobody knows. Correct. We don't know. And even if you've talked to Candace, you talked to Dawn, remember, you met them after the fact. Okay? So keep that in mind. Just remember that. Hey, Deco. How are you? Engineer. I drive my own train. What a name. That's pretty dope. I like that name. Engineer. I drive my own train. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right. I see some thumbs up. All right. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you guys back. Okay. So let me get a little comfortable because I'm not comfortable. Oh, is Delana here yet or no? Okay. Look how dope this is real quick. One of my moderators, Delana, gave me that, and I think it's pretty cool. All right. Let me. Oh, thank you, Marie. She says, Delana's right there. She says, this is your home, and we keep it clearing with the rose. Yes. Oh, no. Hold on, guys. I see something pop up. My mama just passed away. Oh, my gosh. Don't tell me from COVID. My friend just contacted me. Her loved one passed away, too, from COVID. Oh, you guys give a prayer hands up for Alicia in chat. Alicia, did you message me? Email me? I'm so bad, you guys, with my emails. Or is it somebody else? Did you email me? Hey, femme fatale. How are you, you sexy thing? I'm going to share my screen, guys. So let me move some. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about dry drowning. Now, I'm going to play about 3 different little videos first before we get into the discussion. Now, I'm going to play for you guys where I first learned about dry drowning. It was about, let me see, this happened 4 years ago, and I'm going to play it. You guys might remember hearing about this. Let me see what Alicia says. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm going to be getting back to emails after this, so I'll get back to you. Okay, love? Hold on, I'm just seeing chat. Okay. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right. It's loading. I'm on StreamYard. Give me a second. Come on, StreamYard. So I'm going to play for you guys where I first heard of dry drowning. And it was 4 years ago, and I completely forgot about it. And then when this case happened, then it was, again, learning about it again. What's taking so long? Hold on, I'm just waiting. There it is. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off my phone, maybe. And okay. So hey, Pink, what's up? So again, this is where I first heard about dry drowning, again, 4 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember this. I believe this was back in, was it Houston this happened? But I want to play this for you really quick before we actually get started. Let me make this a little bigger. Let me move things around.
Arrangements to bury their 4-year-old son after suffering an unexpected tragedy. The young boy died almost a week after a family vacation. His mother tells us he was only in knee-deep water, but it's that same water being blamed in this tragic story. Brett Buffington sat down with the family tonight, who say they never saw this coming.
Well, the term dry drowning is what doctors told this family happened in this case. The odd thing is, their young son wasn't near the pool, the beach, or even close to the water. When they realized he was in trouble, by the time this family realized something was wrong, it was already too late. This Tuesday has been unimaginably tough for this family.
He was full of life.
The task of figuring out a funeral and picking out a plot to bury their 4-year-old son has been overwhelming. Frankie Delgado died over the weekend, almost a week after a quick trip to the Texas City dike.
I guess from the water, he wasn't even in the water, just knee high.
Doctors told this mother they found fluid in Frankie's lungs and around his heart. The term they said next is one Tara Delgado will never forget.
And it was called dry drowning.
According to medical experts, deaths from dry drownings are incredibly rare. This Parent Magazine article linking dry drownings to just 1 to 2% of all drowning cases. And unlike ordinary drownings, signs a child could be in trouble might not show up for up to 24 hours after a child has been around water.
He never could get his heart beating again.
The Delgados, not knowing the symptoms to look out for, figured their son just had a stomach bug.
The symptoms just started with just vomiting and diarrhea. And
Now they want Frankie's life to be a message to other parents. Be on the lookout even after the swimsuit dries out. We did some research.
So again, I wanted to share that because that's when I first heard of dry drowning. And a couple of key things to take in that this mother said was that her son wasn't really even in the water. It was only up to like his knees. And if you remember with Candace, she also refers to that about Summer being in the water. It was only up to, and I believe she touched around her knee area. If you remember, she did the interview with Chris McDonough and she stated that Summer wasn't even really in the water. It was only up to her knees. And the signs for this little boy, it seemed like he just had a stomach bug. He was vomiting and he had fever. So again, some of the signs that we think they're going to have, they don't always have. Let me finish playing this really quick.
Research today on the symptoms parents need to look out for when it comes to dry drowning, especially in small children. Things like fatigue, trouble breathing, coughing, vomiting. Those are some of the things listed online. Of course, we will post those symptoms on our website. Just click on this story on khou.com. Brett Buffington, KHOU 11 News.
Okay, so now I'm going to play a video where, hold on, let me get to the other one. And no matter, I'm not here, I'm getting this other video. We're going to watch 2 more videos. They're like 2 minutes long. Since I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a doctor, I want to play 2 videos where medical professionals talk about dry drowning and secondary drowning. Okay, so I'm going to play 2, and they're not long at all. But again, I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm not here to say this is what actually happened to Summer. I don't know what happened to Summer. I do lean more towards an accident, to be honest with you. Not sure if it's actually at the horse pond or did she ingest something. I'm not too sure yet, but I do believe something terribly happened that day to Summer. But I just want to go over one of the more bigger theories that I think is out there that I've seen at least. Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on, give me a second. It's loading, you guys. We're dealing with StreamYard. Quinny says, that's so sad. I heard this story a while back and it's unreal. Yeah, this is where I first heard about dry drowning 4 years ago. And I'm a mom and I don't ever recall hearing about dry drowning. I remember this case right here. And then again with Summer's case when the theory started being put out there. All right, let's try this one. Let's see, symptoms to watch out for in dry drowning. Let's start from the beginning. Yeah.
We told you about a 4-year-old Houston boy who died from dry drowning just days after swimming at the lake. It is a tragedy doctors say can be prevented if the proper steps are taken. KV's Nicole Rosales joins us from the newsroom. Nicole, I know you spoke to Dell Children's emergency director about the signs to look for. A lot of parents may not know these.
You're absolutely right, and that's why we wanted to shine a light on this. There are about 10 deaths every day related to drowning in the U.S., and 1 out of 5 is a child. Dry drowning may not be as common, but it's just as important to understand because the symptoms typically show up long after your child steps out of the water.
For some, hitting the water during summer break is a must-do. And whether it's local pool or lake, child safety is number 1.
That's in the forefront of my mind. And so both of my kids started to learn to swim at about 6 months.
Dr. Eric Higginbotham is the emergency department director at Dale Children's Medical Center. The father of two says parents not only have to watch their children while in the water, but once they get out.
Kids will have a drowning event, so they're underwater, submerged, taking a breath of air. And then what happens is instead of big inflated lungs, these little air pockets start to sort of collapse down.
It was this week when a 4-year-old boy died from dry drowning. What's deceiving is when the child steps out, they're fine. That's because it takes 6 hours or more to develop any serious symptoms.
We can never tell who really had the event and who didn't, and that's why we watch all of those kids for that amount of time.
The most common signs include coughing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, and sudden changes in behavior. If they go untreated, it can lead to death.
So it's just so preventable, and that's what's heartbreaking about it.
Dr. Higginbotham says,
I just want to point out, I'm not sure if, he's hidden. So mods, seriously, if anyone comes in here and is just talking crap, just block them. I'm not in the mood really to like mute or anything right now. So just block them, because I really want to talk about Summer's case and I don't want to be distracted with like stupid ass people coming in my chat. Sorry, it's the truth. Just block. I'm not doing timing out. Just straight block them. Hold on, I want to see this part really quick.
That's what's heartbreaking about it.
Dr. Higginbotham says eliminate distractions like talking on the phone or drinking. Parents need to keep a close eye on their child because the signs may not always be obvious.
So you don't want that period of time that could be 2 or 3 minutes where you're not paying attention and that child's underwater.
Those few minutes that count the most.
Now, one other important thing the doctor mentioned.
So how he said very important is it could take, keep an eye on your child. It could be 2 minutes and you're not paying attention and something like this can happen. So make sure you're not on your phone. Make sure you're not drinking. I think it's pretty interesting. This isn't the only video that the doctor had said this. Make sure you're not on your phone and you're not drinking when your child's around the water. It's interesting because we know that Candace was on her phone doing her little TikToks, and then we know H was drinking. Again, I'm not saying this is what happened, but we're discussing the theory.
The younger they are, the more they need to be in arms. Arms reach, and it seems simple, but it could be your best prevention. Again, dry drowning deaths are rare, only 1 to 2% of all drowning cases. In the newsroom, Nicole Rosales, KVU News.
Okay, if I text you a number.
All right. I think I'm going to turn my camera off so I can keep an eye also on my chat. So let's do that. And then I could keep my eyes all over the place. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me scroll up. So again, some of the signs could be coughing, vomiting. It could take up to 24 hours for symptoms to show. Also keep that in mind. Alicia says she believes it's either an accident or they trafficked her. So very sad. Those are actually my two theories too that I go back and forth with. Either a accident or a planned kidnapped, I think. I'm just scrolling down, guys. Hold on. Kim says it can start within an hour of the water being taken in. Yes. Femme Fatale says, I had heard of this because I used to be EMT, but never seen it before because it's so rare. And I think that's probably why there's not much discussion on it, because even as a parent myself, honestly, I don't ever recall having that conversation with my kids' pediatric doctors about dry drowning. I don't ever remember that being a topic. Now, things could be different now. My kids are, they're way older, but when they were little, I don't ever remember that being a discussion. The first time I heard about it would have been 4 years ago when this little boy passed away from it. Insanely Confused says, let me scroll up, hold on. Homeowner insurance, don't say anything about it either. So maybe you already went over this, but what can be done if your child has experience? So on another video I watched, the doctor said that if your child, when they get out, they can also be show signs of like being really sleepy, but it's a different type of sleepy where they seem like they're coming in and out of consciousness. Also fever. If your child just seems to not be acting normal, like how they know, you know your kids' behaviors. If they seem to be acting a little bit not normal, then on the safe side, just to take them into the emergency or doctors. It could be a fever. They can start coughing. What was the other symptoms of it? Let me pull it up for you, so I say everything correctly. Symptoms of dry drowning. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. It is so windy out here. Okay, so low energy or sleepiness after a water incident. Now, keep in mind too, it would be more than usual because your kids normally after swimming, they do get tired. Even adults get tired, but it's more of where they just seem to be extremely low energy, not so much sleepiness. Chest pain, if they start complaining of their chest hurting, also coughing, unusual behavior. Again, we know our children's behaviors inside and out. So if anything seems not normal, and then difficulty breathing or even speaking. The incident that I just played for you with that little boy, that little 4-year-old, his mother said his symptoms were actually, he had fever and he was vomiting. And she also had said that in another interview I had seen with her, she had said that he had diarrhea. He didn't have the coughing or any of those symptoms. His was a little different. So she actually treated him at home thinking, oh, he's just probably got a little stomach bug. Nowhere did she even think dry drowning was even a possibility. And she never even heard of it either. And she even stated that he was only in the water knee deep. He didn't even go under, but he obviously got some fluids, water in his lungs. Thank you, Kim. Let me highlight that. Yes. It is really scary. And since it doesn't happen, it's so rare. I think when this theory first happened, was pushed out, I think that's why I remember when it was pushed out. And I'm going to play a video for you guys right now. I'm going to take you back 7 months where I believe this is where it really got pushed out, the dry drowning. And it's from a YouTuber. Now, when it got pushed out and people started sharing this video in the groups, you had two people in there. You had the one type of people that were so against it and laughed at it and thought it was the most ridiculous thing that anyone could even say. Then you had other people saying, well, wait a minute. This could be a possibility. This could have happened. And so I'm going to play that for you guys. Hey, Open Minds. She says, it took weeks to get my son to realize he had to keep his mouth shut, jumping in the water. And you know what? Honestly, you guys, me as a mom, when my kids were little, I didn't even know any of this. And I'm so grateful nothing like this happened. I know it's so rare, but I honestly didn't hear about this till 4 years ago. So I wanted to play those videos for you guys just to do a little, get us refreshed exactly what dry drowning is. Yes, it's rare, but it does happen. What are the symptoms of it? Let me share my screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me take that off the screen. Hey, Dee. Did I say hi to you, my love? Femme Fatale says we're about to get slammed with snow tonight. Really? Dude, it's so windy out here in Arizona. I have those little chimes, like they hang. I don't know if they're called. You know when you hang them outside and they make noise? I thought it was going to fly away yesterday. All right, let me get to YouTube. Some of you who've been around the case from the beginning, you're probably going to recognize what I'm going to show you right now. You're probably going to be, oh, I remember that. I remember her. Give me 1 second. Let me get to it. YouTube. I don't know why my YouTube isn't like already saved here. I got to type it up. What the heck? Okay. It's KM. Let me go to my library. Where is she? Okay. Okay. Now I will link her channel, or if one of the mods can find her. Let me share my screen. I know some of you are going to recognize this right away, her name, her face. Okay, so this is another YouTuber. This was her channel right here. What is it? Mernzy? I was calling her Kay McKenzie this whole time, and it's not even that. This was her YouTube channel. She doesn't do it really anymore. She has a second channel that she is active on, and it's like a family channel. This was more of, she did true crime here. And let me go to her videos. She has other Summer Wells videos on there if you want to go here and check it out. Now, let me scroll down to where, here we go. Okay, so you can see she has Summer Wells videos back from like 7 months ago, because it's going to be almost 8 months. Now, this one right here was 7 months ago. Let me see if it gives the exact date. It doesn't show it on here. Okay, so let me give you a little recap really quick. Let's make this bigger too. So this is where I personally believe this is where it really started with the dry drowning theory being put out there. Now, a couple of things I want you guys to keep in mind, and mods, for anyone coming in, just let them know this was posted, this video was uploaded 7 months ago. So yes, I know where we're at now is different with the information we have. Also, back then, you know, Candace didn't do interviews back then when this video got uploaded. So a couple things you're going to hear her saying. Obviously, now things have changed, okay? And also, in the very beginning, when this video was put out, it isn't like now where everybody's talked to everybody. You know, Candace has done some interviews. Dawn's talked to everybody. You know, Allie's now put her face out there. We have an interview with Age. I mean, everybody. We also have Dudley now. And, you know, we have everybody now except for, I think, Grandis. Grandis is the one that I think there's no actual interview. I know there was some conversations between her and another YouTuber, but besides that, I'm not aware of Grandis talking to anybody else. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not. So keep in mind, when she did this interview, she talks about having a source, and she's going to tell us that this source that is close, very close to the case, told her about the dry drowning. Now, I remember when this first broke, I remember I had no clue who her source was. But now that we have seen and heard from almost everybody regarding this case that, you know, had a little character with all of them, I feel like, I at first thought this was Allie, but from the screenshots she shows, I think it might be Allie's friend, the one that was there when she did the interview with Chris McDonough. What's her name? What's Allie's friend that they're no longer friends anymore? Does anybody know in chat? Let me see what you guys say. Hey Val, what's up? And my StreamYard is being Leslie. Thank you, insanely. Okay, so again, she never tells us who her source is, but I took screenshots of her screenshots, and I'm gonna show them after this. Well, why is my channel keep doing that? What the hell's going on with my StreamYard? You can't stop us from showing this. It keeps going in and out. You can't stop us. We're going to show this, even if it takes me all day. But I'm going to show you guys the screenshots that she has, and we'll read them together. I'll read them to you, and then you guys tell me who you think her source is. I personally think it's Leslie. At first, I thought, no, I don't think it's Sherry, Donna, because Sherry is the grandma. No, not the grandma, but like what? The other grandma, the older grandma, the regular grandma. All right. Let's see. I'm going to push play. Keep in mind, this was 7 months ago, okay?
To the news, Candace made a Facebook post herself. She had said that her kids were her life and her world, and she has no reason to lie or hide. And while she doesn't talk to the news is because nothing ever good is good enough for anybody else. She passed all of her tests. I don't know if it's a lie detector test or drug tests, or I don't know. She didn't note. And that God will take care of us all, good or bad. Now, in this sense, I kind of understand where she is coming from. Had she done everything that everybody on social media is saying she should have done, such as begging or pleading for her daughter, is that going to be good enough? Is that going to make everybody believe that she wasn't involved in any of this? It was also said that Candace's friend allegedly told TBI when she was asked if Candace was capable of hurting Summer. She said that yes, she felt that Candace was capable of hurting Summer and that she has a history of beating her children. When Candace called this same friend the night of Summer going missing, so on Tuesday, the friend reported that she wasn't even crying. She wasn't hysterical. She wasn't upset. No tears whatsoever, but she was drinking. I don't know if that's just how she copes or her coping mechanism, but some people might find that odd as well. So I did speak with somebody that was close to this case. They will remain anonymous. So around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, the day that Summer went missing, there was a minor child with them. He was dropped off around 2 p.m. And when he was dropped off, he was intoxicated. He had been drinking. He had been drinking alcohol that was purchased by Candace during that day at the river. He had said that Summer was swimming earlier that day and she had went underwater for more than a minute before he jumped in to pull her out from the water. He said that that was a really long time. She was okay afterwards, but he was afraid that secondary drowning could play a factor in all of this. He said when he was dropped off at 2 p.m. that day, that Summer was sleeping in the car. So that was the last time that somebody outside of that family saw Summer that day. She went missing 4.5 hours later. So I feel like that could be something extremely important. TBI is made aware of all of this. I was just spoken to, and I felt the need to share it here. I feel like that, knowing the last few hours of what happened could be a thing. Two men did offer $25,000 each as a reward. So the reward right now is up to $50,000. However, after the first one came in, Candace had ran to the command post to tell the police that she had gotten a tip, that somebody had called her with a tip on where Summer could be. It's kind of funny how this person didn't call TBI themselves, or this hadn't happened prior to the reward. But a lot of people say money talks, and I'm afraid that something like that is going on here. So the reward is up to $50,000. So there's a lot of questions. People are still speculating and still questioning. And I know that I speculated in my first video, and maybe I was wrong to do so. But there's so many questions that are left unanswered. Was this possibly an accident, such as secondary drowning? And maybe Summer didn't wake up, and the parents are just trying to cover everything up. Also, why did Candace call Donald while he was at work that day instead of calling 911 herself. Donald, in fact, was the one who called 911 to report his daughter missing. Not only that, but it still seems very strange to me that Candace is staying completely out of social media's eyes. However, Donald is telling everybody and their brother about his son who could be a sexual predator or something that happened in October, which I feel is important to this case. But I feel like he's more interested in clearing his own name than actually trying to find his daughter. It seems very strange that he is so openly speaking and Candace is just sitting in the corner. Is there a good possibility that maybe he's forcing her to be quiet so she doesn't mix the story up? Another theory or another rumor, I guess somebody had said, was that Candace's mom actually went back to Wisconsin after all of this. I don't know how true that is. Again, Facebook speculating. This case has torn the hearts of so many people. A lot of people are saying that it reminds them of Megan Boswell and Evelyn Boswell, and I agree with that. I covered that case a little over a year ago, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. I want to come on this platform to use this platform to try to get information.
Okay. So hold on, let me see some of your comments. Dee says that it seems similar to what Leslie said on the porch. She claimed she was a nurse too. Not sure if that is true though. Okay, so I seen hold on. Let me scroll up. Hold on, guys. Femme Fatale, she says, I've watched a bunch of this girl's videos before, but don't think I've seen this particular one. Yeah, and another thing, this isn't being pushed out by YouTube anymore because since she doesn't do videos, the algorithm is shot. So none of her stuff is being pushed out. Even when you type up Summer Wells, her video will not pop up. I even typed up dry drowning and this video didn't pop up. And I think it's because she's no longer active on here, but I am just glad she didn't remove this video. Now, the reason I wanted to put this on here is because this is where I believe the dry drowning really surfaced. This is the first time someone really spoke to someone close to anyone regarding the Summer Wells case. Now, a couple of things that she points out is that she, obviously, this is her source. She doesn't tell us who it is. And she also spoke with TBI, giving them all this information too. Now, I personally think when I looked at the screenshots and things that she says, let's get back to the first screenshot she shows right here. When I look at the screenshots, in the beginning, I had no idea who this was. But now that we've heard from everyone except Grandis, really, I personally am leaning towards this source that she's talking about. I think this is Leslie, Allie's friend. And I just think that's interesting that she inserted herself from the very beginning to put this theory out there. And I've heard, and maybe you guys can let me know, I heard she doesn't talk to Allie anymore, which I think is really interesting because she seemed to insert herself with this from day one. Obviously, I personally think this is her. Again, this YouTuber never comes out and says who her source is, but based off of things that we're going to read right now and based off what this creator has said, listening to the interview that Chris McDonough did with Allie, and we know Leslie is right there inserting herself once again. I think this was her. So I'm going to read this screenshot to you off my phone though. Give me a second. Let me pull it up on my end. Hold on, guys. And then we can see, who do we think this possibly is? You guys tell me. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong with it, but all right, hold on. All right. And again, you guys can call him Hunter. I know in the beginning we were like, don't say his name because this is before, Allie did her interview and all this stuff. And also in the very beginning when this case first happened and this video particularly went out and it went viral, I just call him H because I'm so used to it. But you guys can say Hunter. I mean, his mother has put him out there already. So has his dad. But hold on, guys. Okay, sorry. I'm still struggling with that cough. But in the very beginning, if you guys remember when this kind of came out, H's dad, Andrew, inserted himself in the groups. Do you guys remember that? I got to go back to my laptop and look at my screenshot. I have the most screenshots on my laptop, but my laptop is a piece of shit. Anyone who's been with me for a long time, you know why I'm saying that. But Andrew inserted himself in the beginning in the groups, and he was asking people, can you take my son's photo down? This is the very, very early on when everybody started talking about the dry drowning and people seeing the TikTok and H's that video started going out, and it was going crazy in the groups, and people were accusing H of hurting Summer. So Andrew was in the group, and I remember him saying some stuff like, can you guys take his photo down? He's a minor. I remember he was defending his son right away. Also, what else do I remember him saying? I remember him saying that, yes, that Allie told him H was intoxicated. And I'm not sure. I can't remember if he referred to him coming home drunk or intoxicated. I can't remember the word he used, but I remember him saying that. And then people went crazy because it was, H's dad. And I think, people were asking him all these questions, and he was kind of answering questions in the very beginning. And then he just went silent I think he got out of the Facebook group. It probably got too crazy. So I do remember that. And I need to go back because I'm sure I got those screenshots. I'm almost 99% positive I got those screenshots. I just need to go back to my laptop. And we got 2 new members in the house, you guys. Give them a big, big, crazy welcome. We got Femme Fatale. Well, welcome, beautiful, you sexy thing. And Renee B. Hey, girl. Renee B's been around for a long time. How are you? Renee, has it been since since the Watts case you've been around? I think. Unless it's a different Renee. I could be wrong. All right, so let me... the Joy Catcher says he should have remained private for H. Yeah, no, he was I remember him being in the Facebook group. I remember him saying he was H's dad, and if people can stop sharing his son's photo. And he started giving information, honestly, in the beginning. He started letting us know that Allie told him, like, yep, he did come home intoxicated. Again, I can't remember if he used the word drunk or intoxicated, but he was sharing things with us. He also let people know that he didn't live there. He lived with H lived with Allie, his mother. And then I think people went nuts, obviously. And then I think he just stopped commenting and probably got out of the group because I don't remember hearing anything after that. But now we know he does have a YouTube channel, and he is active on his YouTube channel, H's dad, and he talks about the case. He talks about his son. Yeah. All right, let me read. Miss Robin said he's all kinds off vocal now. Andrew is. You mean he's just talking a lot now? Hey, Lisa Lee. Exactly. Thank you, Lisa. I was waiting for someone to bring that up. Sometimes I don't like to bring up something. I want to see if you guys are on the same page as me. She says, but Allison's exact words to Unmask was that H was perfectly fine when he got dropped off, that he could walk a straight line. Exactly. This is why I also wanted to share this with you guys, because the story has changed. In the beginning, though, you are going to see that, like she even said, this creator, that H got dropped off and he was intoxicated. So now the story is, no, he wasn't intoxicated. He was perfectly fine. He walked inside fine. He can talk fine. He walked fine. There was nothing wrong. Yes, he drank 1 twisted tea, but he was completely fine. I do question why in the very beginning it was being told to people that, no, he was intoxicated. Why did they change that up? I don't know. But I do believe the original story of H being intoxicated when he got home. Think about it. H can't remember even walking inside. Or getting off the car. Doesn't he make a comment like he doesn't recall even getting off the vehicle or going inside or something? He says that at the very end when he's talking to Chris. When he's trying to remember the milk and all this scenario, was Summer asleep? Was she not asleep? And H seems like he can't really recall things. And I believe he was intoxicated. Why can't you remember things? When you're, been drinking a lot, yeah, your memory isn't all there. And keep in mind, he's 15. Twisted Tea, they're pretty strong, I think, in my opinion. I mean, I'm a grown woman and I prefer liquor. I don't drink beer. But when I drank Twisted Tea, one can give me a little head change. Imagine a 15-year-old. So I do think that when he got home, my opinion, I do believe what they first were pushing out, that he was intoxicated. And probably this is why he can't really recall much of what happened. And I can't help and wonder if, him being 15, he's easily manipulated and he's just saying, well, I must have done this, or I must have did this, or I must have moved this, because that's what they're saying. And he can't really remember, so he's just going with it. I don't know. Okay, let me read this first screenshot, you guys. So it's funny, in the screenshot, she blacks out Hunter's name, but she leaves it in one. All right. It says, I think she's known all along. I have credible information that and when she says that Summer, I think she meant Candace, obviously. So I'm just going to fix it for her, that Candace had purchased Twisted Tea for Hunter. And she told his mom when she dropped him off, she was asleep, meaning Summer was asleep. Do we know if she was alive and well at that point? Hunter told TBI Saturday night that when they were swimming, she had went underwater for close to a minute, and he went in to grab her out. She was alert when they placed her in the car, but the drive home was and I think she meant fog, was a fog for him due to the alcohol. So again, right here, she's saying this is going to be the first interaction that's being pushed out to us 7 months ago when it comes to this dry drowning and age and what happened on the drive home. And she's saying that it was a fog to him because of the alcohol, because I honestly do believe he was a little bit drunk, I think. 15 years old, drinking a Twisted Tea. Personally, again, I think they're a little strong. Some people will argue with me over that. Now, there is a possibility that secondary drowning could have played a part and mom panicked. However, when Hunter's grandma, Sherry, asked TBI if it was a possibility with her having been underwater for a little too long, his exact words were, secondary drowning isn't even a thought for us. So I never knew Sherry actually talked to TBI, to be honest with you. I guess I missed that part, but I guess Sherry also, Hunter's grandma Sherry, also talked to the TBI, and she asked them, is it possible for, if Summer went underwater, is it possible that secondary drowning could have happened? And the TBI pretty much said that they weren't even going to look at that possibility whatsoever, which, if that is true, I just wonder why. Maybe because they were so focused on maybe her wandering off or foul play. Now, and I say those two things because TBI has been saying from the very beginning, there's no evidence showing of a kidnapping, abduction. It goes on to say, so who really knows? I hope, alive or dead, this baby is brought home and those responsible are prosecuted. And again, like Dee said, Leslie did say that she was a nurse. Her bringing up the secondary drowning, I wonder if she's the one who brought that up to Ellie and H. Like H, talking to H, possibly what happened. H telling them, wow, I went in the water, Summer went under, just telling them what happened that day. And then if it was Leslie that was like, hey, this could be a possibility. Let me get to the next screenshot. Let me see which one shows on here. That's the same one. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, let me get to that one on my phone. Give me a second, guys. I'm not looking at chat either. Which one is that? Okay, so let me why is it? Oh, so right here on this part, it says, I agree. I just have a bad feeling. Then it says, I do as well. Even if this was an accident, it won't look good that they sent law enforcement on a wild goose chase and have kept it a secret for a week now. Then it says, yes, I see an accident being her cause of death and the drug use and prior CPS involvement being why she covered it up. And not wanting, so let me see, who is who? Give me a second. Let me look at the other ones. Hey, Mike, thank you for that $20 donation. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. I do appreciate you, Mike. Everyone give him a big thank you in chat. Okay, so this looks like this is going to be the creator talking to her, the one in blue, and then the black is going to be, I think, again, my opinion, and you guys let me know who you think this is, her source is, but I think it is Leslie. Let me take that off the screen really quick. And again, Mike, thank you so much. Mike's always supporting the channel. He supports a lot of channels, so I appreciate him. Okay. Let me get back there. All right, let's start again reading this one. So again, this is going to be the creator who is right here. And then this again in the black is going to be her source, someone close to the case. I personally think it's Leslie. You let me know who you guys think it is. Hey, Brenda, I'm new to the channel. Well, welcome, Brenda. We're happy to have you here. Everyone give her a big crazy welcome. All right, I'm going to continue reading. All right, so again, on top, it says, I agree. So this is going to be the source, which again, I think it's Leslie. I agree. I just have a bad feeling. Then the creator says, I do as well. Even if this was an accident, it won't look good that they sent law enforcement on a wild goose chase and have kept it a secret for a week now. Now the source says, yes, I see an accident being her cause of death and the drug use and prior CPS involvement being why she covered it up, meaning Candace covered it up. So she's saying that because if an accident happened, most people, obviously, what are you going to do? Your child has an accident. You're going to call 911. You're going to take them. You're going to drive them to the emergency. But this person is saying because of the CPS, prior CPS involvement and Candace drug use is probably why she covered it up. Now, the creator says, and not wanting to lose the boys over this as well or face jail time. The fact that she didn't call 911 herself but called Dawn at work, who then called 911, days so me that she, I'm not sure what she wanted to say with days, but I don't think it's days, but so me that, oh, maybe shows me, I don't know, that she panicked and didn't know what to do. We do know now what's being said now, obviously, because again, this video was 7 months ago. So when Summer first went missing, keep in mind, guys, that we're told now that Candace did call 911. Candace says she called 911. There's 2 911 calls. Dawn, called 911, and he told Candace to call 911, which again, something happens to your child is missing. I don't know. For me, the first thing you would do would be call 911. But again, she called Dawn first. Also, I just want to point out, if you guys remember Dawn's interview he did with Chris McDonough, he was asked, I don't remember specifically the wording, but something like Chris asked him, do you think a possible accident could have happened or something like that? And Dawn said, no. If something like that happened, she would call 911 or call me. And I'm like, well, yeah, she called you. She didn't call 911. She called you first. Let's go to the next one. Let's see, where's the next screenshot she shows right here. Okay, let me get to that on my end. Rose says, hold on, let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Rose says, I can see calling my husband after calling 911. You can't use your phone. Yeah, I mean, and then too, here's the thing, that she had to get Granda's phone, right? Because she couldn't. And I never understood that whole thing. Maybe you guys can explain it better to me. Like I'm 5 years old, because I've heard what they've said about the phone not being able to call 911. So she had to grab Grandis's phone. So then Grandis's phone was able to call. I don't know. Do you guys understand that whole part? Yes, I mean Candy. No, I knew what you're saying, Joy Catcher. I say Grandis. Sometimes even when I type out Candace, it comes out Candy. Hey, Scott. How are you today? Scott says, the kid is really not that trustworthy. He's just wanting to look like a hero for attention. Everything in the case that's been looked at is quite irrelevant. Here's the thing with H, with me. I do believe Summer did go into the water. And I do believe, H did get scared. Because when you go back and you listen to when H talks about that whole thing, he says he wasn't scared. He didn't get scared when that happened to Summer, but he said he was spooked. To me, it's the same thing, but but what really makes me believe this is that he did get worried for Summer and she did go under, is when he's just telling Chris about that, and he says that he threw his shirt down and he ran in the water. That little detail, I believe that detail. I believe him throwing his shirt down and running in there tells me that, no, you were more worried than you're just saying. Maybe now he's downplaying it, that he wasn't really scared. But if you're going to throw your shirt down and go in the water, you're pretty much worried. So I do believe Summer did go under the water. I don't know if I believe, it secondary or any of that happened. It is a possibility. I know it's very rare. But I do believe Summer did go underwater. And keep in mind, Summer didn't know how to swim, which I was really shocked when Dawn dropped that truth bomb on us, that she doesn't know how to swim. Joy Catcher says, this is a shirt down. Why I care about your shirt, though? I think what he means, though, like he was talking to Candace, right? And he's seen Summer. I think it's just a reaction, though. Think about it. You're going to go in the water. Your shirt, I'm wondering if his shirt was on his shoulder, maybe. He took it off possibly and he threw it down and then went in there, like a reaction kind of. I know if I had my shirt on my shoulder, I probably would have just threw it down too. It's just kind of like a reaction. No, not take your shirt off. Not to take your shirt off. He said he threw his shirt down. So I'm taking that as he had his shirt possibly, it was already off. And I'm taking that as it was probably like on his, you know how guys do it. They have it on kind of like over their shoulder. I can't show you guys, but if that makes sense. And I took it as he kind of threw it off like that. Yeah. Did I explain that a little bit better? Okay, so Love My Charlie Faith says, my old phone with no cell service is connected to Wi-Fi. So still can use apps like Facebook Messenger, but should still be able to call 911 with question marks. That's what I want to know for people that use. So are you telling us that you can still call? Oh, because you don't know, you probably never called 911. She's like, I'm not going to test it. So you can only, so it works off Wi-Fi. Can you use 911? Can you do? I've always thought all phones can still at least dial 911. Hey, Lori Davis, how are you? Hey, May. Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Hey, Matthew, what's up? How are you? We can in UK. So Matthew's saying yes, and you're referring to Wi-Fi phones, you're able to still dial 911. Dee says to Google it because you don't need coverage to call 911. Hold on, there was a comment I wanted to put up really quick. Give me a second, guys. Where'd that comment go? I have a teenager the same age as the one in conversation right now. I won't say his name, but mine responded that she would not worry about a shirt or she would just jump in the water. So she would just go in the water. Hold on, comments are going by fast on my end. Renee B, but Renee says, my phone is always on Wi-Fi, but do you like, your phone will still work though if you turn the Wi-Fi off? I'm saying like you have a phone plan, like you have minutes and all that. I believe Candace is just straight Wi-Fi. But then if it's straight Wi-Fi, I'm confused. How is she doing TikTok at the horse pond if it's just Wi-Fi for her phone? I'm confused. How is she showing TikTok videos? Don't you need Wi-Fi for that? I mean, don't you need Wi-Fi connection for that? So Kira says, hi, how are you? She says she could be wrong, but I think Candace used her mom's phone to dial 911 because her phone got poor service. That could be possibly it, especially in that area. But then, did you guys catch on Chris McDonough's channel, another creator? He says that he believes there was 2 phones that Candace had. Did you guys catch that when he did the his live, when he talked about going over Candace's interview? He says he believes that Candace had 2 phones, which I was like, holy crap, how did we all miss that? The Joy Catcher says, that's why I think Dawn was closer too. They had connection. And another thing that's always stuck out to me, Joy Catcher, with Dawn is how he says, and he says this multiple times on different interviews, and I keep thinking, what is he trying to tell me? To not tell me, but tell us. He says that he had connection the whole time with Candace on the drive home when she called him. And this is what doesn't make sense to me either with that statement by him. He says that he stood on the phone with her the whole time, but yet he told her to call 911. But he even says that he was shocked. He was able to keep connection the whole time and talk to her, because that never happens. And I don't know what he's trying to, what is he trying to insinuate? I feel like there's some hidden truth to that I'm just not getting. Renee B says, I remember Dawn buying 2 new phones. Yeah, but I'm saying with Renee, with being at the horse pond that day, how is Candace able to go on TikTok and make TikTok videos if there's definitely no Wi-Fi right there. I'm going to just assume that one. So she probably does have damn 2 phones. I remember Chris pointing that out. Carly, 2 phones. She says 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the. She said now that song's in her head. I like that song. Hey, Thomas is in the house. What's up? How are you? Okay, let me finish reading this. Okay, I'm going to read it from my phone again. All right, so let me make sure. Yeah, okay, so the creator asks, any idea why it's always Dawn speaking out and never her, referring to Candace, why Candace isn't doing any of the interviews or speaking out? She says, there is a helicopter hovering over Bear Hollow Road in Beach Creek. Not sure how far that is from their home. Going to look now. No, there isn't a reason. She has said she just didn't, or maybe she meant just don't. So meaning there isn't a reason why Candace wouldn't be going public. She just doesn't. Didn't want to be on the air or speak to the press. So again, why do you think that, Candace isn't doing any speaking out? Is it because of Dawn, the creator asked her? And she said, no, there isn't a reason. She has said she just didn't want to be on air or speak to the press. So she's saying Candace has said that she just didn't want to speak to the press or go on air, but she had no problem, Candace, going on Facebook Messenger and talking to anybody and anybody that reached out to her that first week. That's the truth. You message Candace, she will reply back to you. So I always thought that was pretty interesting. She had no problem talking to people on Messenger, but she wouldn't go in front of the camera. I wonder why. Renee says, gotta go, but we'll listen. Okay, Renee. Now, understandable, the creator says. The source says, but chances are she learned from Megan Boswell, another case here in our little hometown, I think last year, where she told 100 stories to the media and was caught with 100 lies. That case has a special place in one of my mods' hearts, Sky. Let me go to the next one. Let's see, did she show the other ones? Okay, let's do this one. Okay, let me go to this one on my phone. What does that say? The only reason. Okay, so again, this is going to be her source sending her all of this. On the top, I don't know what that whole portion says, but it says mom and the brothers hurt that baby girl. Not sure what she was referring to, this source on top with the rest of it that said, but the only reason why this would be Hunter. So, but the only reason why Hunter is a suspect is because they took him swimming that morning, but they brought him back home at 2 p.m. Again, I don't ever remember hearing H was a suspect, so I'm not sure what was being told to Hunter when this all first started. Now, and the sad thing is the mom wasn't even crying. She called blank last night. So again, this makes me think that this is Leslie, because we know that Allie said Candace called her that night. So if we put Allie's name here, it would go as, and the sad thing is the mom wasn't even crying. She called Allie last night, and you know what? She was doing what she was doing. She was drinking. She didn't even cry that her daughter is missing and shit. And something else I want to point out really quick is I believe this 100% that Candace wasn't crying. She possibly was drinking. You guys know early on that first week, someone, you know, when I started covering the case, someone came to me and was like, hey, I'm speaking to Candace. And, you know, I was new to YouTube. This was the first case that I covered with a missing child. And I was like, holy shit, really? You're speaking to the mom? Like, I was really shocked by it. And I was like, shit, get what you can, you know, find out what you can. And I remember telling this person, do not get close to Candace, because at the end of the day, Summer is missing, and she and her mother was one of the last people with her besides Grandis, you know. So I was like, whoa. So anyways, I think it was like June 19th, this person sent me a bunch of stuff that Candace had sent her. She sent me voice recordings from Candace, photos Candace sent her of her with her hair growing, her with the boys. She forwarded messages from Candace talking about the Polly and what else? The scream, how the neighbor heard the scream, and just a bunch of shit she threw on me, and I was going through everything. Honestly, I never once, when I listened to those voice clips that Candace had said, I never once got that, damn, this is a mom who just has her daughter missing right now. Not once did I get that feeling listening to Candace, like just in her voice, you can tell like she wants to cry, any of that. Candace, when she spoke about Summer in those voice notes, and this is the first week Summer would be missing, because it was what? I think it was a little over a week. So it was like June 19th, 20th. This was all sent to me. I remember listening to all this thinking, damn, her daughter's just missing. And she's talking about her like a robot. Like, oh, I love my daughter. I would never do nothing to her. Like so robotic. Like if she was reading a script. I shit you guys not. And I remember thinking, this doesn't seem like a mother who is so distraught, like what we're supposed to be being told how she is behind the scenes. Another thing I got from it was how she sent so much information to a random stranger. I took that as, damn, this seems like Leticia Stalk, kind of like the bullshit she did. And if you guys don't know who that is, she was the step monster to Gannon Stalk, and she's actually going through a waiting trial for all of it to start because she's acting like she's freaking crazy, but for murder. And Gannon was brutally murdered, and she is being charged with it. But in the beginning, Leticia was in those groups right away, and she was also messaging people right away, trying to, put her story out there, trying to put people to think this, people to think that. She would also be in the groups because she would see what people were saying, and people really suspected her in the beginning because, you just watch everything with her and you just don't go nowhere else with it. But she would see what people would say in those groups, and then she would come back and make posts or say things on other groups to kind of have an answer for what people were saying, kind of like Dawn does. Dawn's really good at that, where you will say something like, why this, or why is that, or this or that. Next thing you know, Dawn's talking about it and giving an explanation to it. It's like he can adapt to it. Leticia was a pro at that shit. She could adapt to it really good. This chick is so freaking nuts. She actually purchased a fake polygraph results. I shit you not. But the questions that were asked, the people that ran this polygraph, this fake polygraph result thing, they were suspicious and they didn't give her the results because the questions were like, did I hurt my stepson? Did I murder my stepson? Some bullshit like that the questions were. So the people that ran this test was like, yeah, this is kind of suspicious. This isn't what we're for. And they never released it. But yeah, this chick was so crazy. But getting back to Candace saying all these things really quick to some random stranger, sending pictures of herself with her hair and just all this stuff. I kept thinking like, gosh, what are you doing? I felt like if she was trying to set the story, the narrative up through behind the scenes, and Dawn was the one that we seen on camera pushing that theory out there. So she's behind the scene pushing a theory out there. Dawn's on camera pushing a theory out there. I don't know. Never made sense to me. Never sat right with me. Maybe one day I can show you guys all of that and let you guys listen to all of that crap. All right, let me get back to this. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me scroll up. Hey, Juicy, how are you? How are you doing, love? I'm going to scroll on up, guys. Hold on. Hey, BB Diamond. Let's see what you say. Candace told Allie she had to get off the phone and get in the bed so she can get up early and go take the lie detector test. Who sleeps the night your child goes missing? Yeah, correct. Very correct. And not only that, okay, I hate comparing cases, but I just watched an interview that Brandy Neal did. Now, if you don't know who Brandy is, she's the mother to little Michael Vaughn, little 5-year-old who also went missing. He went missing July 27th from, Idaho, I believe. Now, she just did an interview recently, and I just watched it. And she talked about the night Michael went missing. She said that her and Michael's dad, they didn't sleep at all. They actually were up all night searching and waiting for Michael. She even, her daughter, her older daughter was actually there right there when she did the interview, and she asked her daughter, what time did you have you were supposed to go to your practice the next morning? She's like 8. And she's like, yeah, we were still up looking and searching for Michael. So you bring up a good point. Like, who goes to sleep when your child is missing? I don't know. Hold on, let me go up. Vanza says, hi, I'm late to the party. It's all right, but interesting. There is still catching up. Hi from South Africa. Hey, how's the weather out there? Vicky says, did anyone ever ask H if Summer had on the tracksuit when he... let's see. We know that H said that Summer was changed into her bathing suit at his house, but then you have Candace saying, no, that's not true, that Summer was actually changed at their house. Now, the tracksuit, was changed. Summer was put in that, let's see, I don't know, I can't remember. Does anyone remember if H was asked what Summer was wearing when she actually got dropped off? Well, Ellie says the photo of Summer wearing the tracksuit, that was taken at her house. She claims it was because how Summer looked in the photo. Yeah, Dee, she was making friends with anyone and everyone that would believe her. She blocks you if you get sniffed. She's guilty. Yeah, I believe. I'm not sure how Candace is now with talking to people, to be honest with you, but let me tell you, in the beginning, I had a few people sending me stuff from Candace, and I was like, dude, she just talks to you? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, wow, that's kind of strange, actually. I'm not sure if she's more guarded now, but in the beginning, you would message her, she would have a whole conversation with you. Rose says, I think he said was they went swimming and she's in a pillow. Rephrase that. Okay, hold on. On a pillow, not in a pillow. I know I'm all, Rose, what do you mean? But she wouldn't be wet if she was changed out of her bathing suit. Again, one of the things we wonder is, where's the bathing suit? Did they ever find the bathing suit? Okay, so Scott says Hunter lied. Hunter lied about that too. Hunter's mom says she never went in the house because she don't like her. And then Hunter said she changed Summer's clothes in the house, lies for attention. Actually, I think Ellie's lying. And the reason I say this is because Ellie was asleep. Remember, H says that his mom was asleep in the back. People thought they met in the bathtub. No, in the back. Remember? So how is Ellie even knowing anything if she was asleep in the back? How would she know anything going on? I honestly don't believe a lot that Ellie says. Yeah. See, that's another confusing thing, is H thinking that Summer was changed at his house. Like, these little details are just strange to me that they don't match up. It should pair up. Like, you would think the bigger things don't add up, right? With this case, it's everything. Even like the littlest thing, like was Summer wearing her bathing suit? She was changed here. Candace, no, she wasn't. She was changed at the house. I put that on her before we left. It's like, oh my gosh. Joy Catcher says she had pants, but nothing under the pants. Exactly. For a little girl, that's not going to be comfortable. Did Candace say that she completely took that bit? Well, I would assume, because she says she changed her. So if you change a child, you're removing the wet clothes off of her. Dee says, I think Allie's resentment towards Candace is far stronger than her love for Summer. Oh yeah, there's definitely something strange going on between that whole dynamic. Levin says, Summer in tracksuit was a video while driving. Ellie came out to give Summer a hug, but Candace said no, she is asleep in the back. And here's another thing with that. Ellie claims like she wanted to go to the car and she wanted to see Summer and she was talking to Candace, blah, blah, blah. But then when H tells her, about Summer going missing and to call Candace, she's like, I don't want to talk to her. Like, it was just really strange, but yet you're talking to her when she's at your house. Like, I don't know. So I think Ellie's lying. I'm just going to say. The Joy Catcher says Summer didn't even like wearing layers. Yeah, remember she said that. Hot or cold, they say both. Joy Catcher, you're making some really good points. I agree with everything you're saying. Window down, but she's cold. Yeah, that never made sense either. Vicky says, where is the pillow, Summer? Exactly. Where is that pillow? Where is her bathing suit? Scott, he's getting mad at us. Guys, they're all lying. This is their 15-minute of fame. That's all. Unfortunately, with this case, I feel like a lot of them are just trying to insert themselves and they're just making it more confusing. Oh yeah, Kimmy Jeans, I agree. Right here, this comment. Yes, fire. I think almost every single character in this case has lied about something, in my opinion, and I 100% agree with you on that. And it could be nothing referring to even Summer. It's just maybe to protect their own image or maybe something that they're doing illegally that they don't want to come out. But what's happening now is you have us YouTubers who we don't just watch the news and let the news report it. No, we do our own research. We go and listen to these interviews. Then we go to this other interview and we listen to it and we're like, hey, you said on this interview this, but now you're saying that. Like, I don't know if they realize there's people like us that literally go and be little detectives with what they're saying. And they've all lied for the reasons why. I don't know. All right, let me finish reading this one right here. All right, let's go to the next one because there's another one I think she shows. I think it's this one. Okay, let me go on my end. I might have more of that. Hold on. Oh, before I wrap this up, remind me to show you the screenshots about the footprints. Just remind me, because I was going through my screenshots and I found 2, so I wanted to show you guys that. I need to get to my laptop. That's where all the good screenshots are. Hold on, guys. Let me see. Okay, so which one is this? Something not right. Hold on. What does this one say? Okay. So again, the top portion, I wish she would have gave us the full screenshot, but it's cut off. So I'll just read what I can see. This would be the source, who, again, I think this is Leslie. Now, the detective asked Mom if she thought Candace was capable of hurting Summer, and she said, if I'm being honest, yes, I think Candace is capable of hurting Summer. The creator said, what the F? Yeah, and Candace has a history of beating her children. The creator asked, something not right. The ending is not going to play out like, and unfortunately, she didn't include that. And let me see if I have, I think that, let me see if there's any other one she has on here. No, I think those were all the screenshots that she shown. So again, from the very beginning, it looks like H was intoxicated. It has changed. Why? I don't know why it's changed. I'm going to send that screenshot. Hold on. To my phone. I don't think I have it on here. Give me 1 second, guys. You guys don't even realize how many screenshots I have on this goddamn phone because I follow so many cases. Okay, let me send this to me. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Now, I'm not going to black out anything from this because the way I see it, if you insert yourself and you make posts and you put information out there, you should know that, it's going to go public. So I'm not outing nobody. This person put this stuff out themselves. Again, I'm going to get it from my end. Hold on. Let me take this off of the screen. So if you guys want to go back and look at, how do I get back from here? If you want to go look at other things that this creator has about Summer Wells, this is her channel right here. Let me take that off. Hold on. Okay, so this is her channel. She has, again, this was 7 months ago. She started talking to someone, and that was close to the case. At the time, I had no idea who it was, but I do believe it is Leslie that she talked to and got this information from. She has a couple of videos on Summer Wells. Let me show you. So she has some stuff for Summer Wells if you want to go to her channel and check out. Again, she followed the case from the very beginning, so it is interesting to see what she says. I honestly haven't watched any of these yet. This one is the one I was like, whoa, I remember it from the beginning. And then when I was going to do the dry drowning theory, I wanted to incorporate this because I thought it was important to show you guys that, you know, Leslie has been inserting herself from day one. And, you know, the dry drowning theory, I think it came from her, to be honest with you. And how it's changed H originally being drunk, intoxicated when he got home, to no, he was perfectly fine, wasn't drunk, walked in perfectly and talked fine. But then keep in mind, H can't remember a lot. All right, let me show you guys these. And I can't see chat right now, so give me a second. Let me go here. How are you guys doing on this Friday? It's 12:31 p.m. my time. All right, save this to my computer. Can you guys hear the chimes outside? It's so windy. All right, all right, and this one. All right. Now, I personally have not done my research with what I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. All right, let me stop sharing this. Give me a second. I should do a live where I just bust out with all my damn screenshots. All right, let me load it. Now, I took this screenshot. Let me see, when did I get this? Screenshots. Let me go back, hold on. Let's go to details. I took this, no, not that one. Hold on. I gotta scroll all the way down. I think it was August. I think I took it in August. Hold on. I like to give you guys the dates. March. Okay, so I took the screenshot August 19th, 2021 at 1:11 a.m. All of my screenshots, I shit you guys not, are in the morning hours. This is when everyone's asleep in my house and I can't sleep and I start going crazy with my research. Okay, let me get to this. All right, where is it? There should be two of them. Hold on, where's the other one? Bear with me, guys. I wasn't planning on showing these, but I looked at them when I was looking at my phone, so I'm just going to push them out because I'll forget. Here we go. There we go. Thank you guys for having patience with me. All right, this is going to be about the footprints. Now, I know where people say they surfaced from and they began with, but when I was going through my phone the other day, I seen this screen. Oh, wait, I don't want to show. Let's see. Oh, come on. I'm going to put them right here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just moving things around. All right, so I took this again back in August. And this person, I have no idea if they even live near the wells. Maybe you guys can be little detectives and start and look into this person's name. Again, I'm not outing anybody. He put this out, he put this out himself. So, all right, let's see. I go to church. Did I miss that convo? I go to church. I need to start going to church, but I need to work on myself. Yes, and Summer's birthday is actually coming up next month. Matthew says we should all send a heart for Summer. Yes, drop some purple hearts. There was a comment I seen. I want it. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I seen something. Give me a second. Scott, you're a member. Scott, I thought you've been a member. Scott's been around. He's always here for the different cases I cover. So welcome, Scott. All right, let me read this. May says, I have no judgment because I have been to some holy rolling churches, but have never been to one with snakes. I've only seen it on documentary. Ooh, you guys are having a good combo on here. All right, let me read this. So again, I took the screenshot back in August. Now, this person, Joshua Phillips, claims, I guess let's just read it. They found her footprints in a couple different yards. I was standing 100 feet from the dogs when they identified her scent on a barefoot footprint. Deputy came over and asked what size shoes my kids wear and told me what they had found and that it was a fresh print and her scent. Nothing she could have fallen into, but I've been letting the search crews do their job and not disturbing where they are looking. So I'm not sure if this is where the whole footprint stemmed from this person inserting himself in the groups back then and claiming this. I'm not sure if this is true or not. I don't trust anything. When people say they know this or that, I'm like, show me the proof. But this is what they're claiming. This Joshua Phillips, which I'm not sure if that's even his name. Is he a neighbor? I haven't looked into this crap. Let me show you. He did respond to this person. Let me pull that one up. Give me a second. All right. Okay. So let's take that one and share this one. And this one. This was the response. He says, we just moved there about 7 months ago and live one house down from them. So he's claiming he lives one house down from the wells. Search crews and deputies have been on our land pretty much every day and have been keeping us updated on what they are seeing in our neighborhood as far as evidence. I highly doubt law enforcement is going to be telling the neighbors what evidence they're finding. Are you freaking kidding me? There is physical evidence that she was in the woods by my house and in my neighbor's yard after she went missing. So, for you guys, we should look into this because I haven't actually looked into this. I was just going through my old screenshots and this is one I found and I was like, hey, I don't think I've ever went down this route. So, who is this Joshua Phillips? Did he really live next to the wells? Who is this person here? Is this a fake, a troll, just stirring lies out there, putting that out there? I know this was a subject in one of the lives I watched, the footprints, and I think it was in Amber's. I don't think she's here. But Amber asked, where did this stem from? Where did this footprints? And someone was like, oh, this channel said blah, blah, blah. And then with all due respect, just because the channel says it doesn't mean it's true. Like, where did it stem from? Who put this out there? And this is a screenshot I have, and I'm wondering, is this where it started from? I took this back in August. Did it start before that? I don't know. Where did this footprint start from? And who is this Joshua Phillips? Is he a real neighbor? Is this a troll? We're going to have to look into this, you guys. Oh my gosh, I have all these things popping up on my end. D, you should know this. Come on, D. D knows everything. Is this where it started from? How many of you are in a Summer Wiles Facebook? Put a 1 if you are, a 2 if you're not. I just want to know. Tomas says, I hold. Dude, my computer's going crazy on my end, you guys. I hold with my theory that on the way home, Summer wasn't feeling well and they medicated her with grandma's meds. It doesn't take long for a 40-pound child to overdose on a 30-milligram oxycodone. You know what? I'm with you on that theory. I'm going to play Candace, a part of the interview room's interview he did with Candace really quick. Let's see, 2. Oh, wow, a lot of you aren't. I'm really surprised by this. Wow, I didn't know this. Hey, Starry Nights, how are you? She says, hey, Cece and friends. And hey, Lauren. I seen Lauren come in. Oh, a lot of you are not in the Facebook groups. Good for you. You guys don't want to know how many I'm in. It's because I cover a lot of cases. They can be good, but they can be bad. Valerie says, I feel like they wouldn't want to waste oxy on her, to be honest. What if it was accidentally given to her? I've always thought, and I know a lot of you might agree with me, the whole thing of, this candy, it just seems strange to incorporate that when you're talking about your last memories. Like, and a piece of candy. I don't know. That part always stuck out to me, which made me wonder if something was given to Summer by accident. BB Diamond says she's been in 3 since July. Yeah, they can take. I first joined, my first group ever was with the Watts case. I was in 1 and I was obsessed. I was like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't believe there was groups like this where you can talk cases. I mean, I would wake up, go on there. I'd go to bed, I'd go on there. I was obsessed with the Watts case. I've never been that obsessed with the case, thank God, because it was 2.5 years of my life. Scott says, I stopped watching any interview room videos after Chris was caught lying 100% about not just randos Twitter, about being Brian Laundrie. Oh, Scott does not like Chris no more, he says. Well, I watch, I don't personally really pay attention to the creator, you guys. I'm there because who they're interviewing, and I want to hear what they say. All right, I'm going to play. So this is your guys' project right here. This is your project. We got to find out, D, about this. D, I'm going to send this to you. Chasing Truth has videos on the footprints. Okay, I'll check her out because I do respect her work. I do. Some people I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I'll check that out. And I know Allie and what's his name? Allie and what's that other creator? I know they talked about it too. I've watched what they've said, but I haven't seen Chasing Truths on the footprints. I just want to know, is this person really a neighbor? He's claiming they moved there 7 months ago and live 1 house down from them. Search crews and deputies have been on our land pretty much every day and keeping us updated with what they are seeing in our neighborhood as far as evidence, which no way law enforcement is going to be telling the neighbors, hey, we got this evidence. No way. All right, thank you, D. I couldn't think of his name. Let me share my screen with something else, you guys. All right, let me pull it up first. All right, and this is going to stem from what Tomas had said with his theory. All right, with an accident. I also think something happened too. Let's go to YouTube. Look at Amanda texting me right now. I don't think she thinks, oh. Send her a little happy face. Amanda's doing mom things. All right, hold on, guys. Let me load my end of the screen for you. Videos. All right, where is it at? Let's go to YouTube. And I'm the worst with sharing my screen, you guys. Bear with me. Let me get to it. All right. My channel. I saved it to my channel so I didn't have to go to Chris's channel and try to find the timestamp. So I clipped it and I already posted it to mine. So let me go there to make it easier for myself. Give me a second. Your channel. Videos. Let's see. Why doesn't it show? Oh, wait, manage videos. Sorry, guys, it just takes some time to load. Okay. Hold on. I knew I have it. It's under harmonies. Why doesn't it show on here? It's weird. All right, I'm gonna play it from my phone. It's weird it's not showing up on my YouTube, but it's on my phone YouTube. It's weird. Hold on, filter. Let's filter this. Hold on. That's so strange. All right, I'm gonna play it from my phone. Okay. So this is gonna be from Chris McDonough. Let me take that off the screen. This is gonna be from Chris McDonough's channel, the interview he did with Candace. Now, I want you guys to listen to what Candace says. Chris asks her about the drive home, okay? After they leave the water hole, horse pond, and after H has been dropped off already, okay? You guys should...
I don't know what else I can tell you. Well, help me understand when you went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home. On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, everything pretty much, trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talked about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how did she sleep?
Okay, so can you guys hear it okay? Just tell me yes, you guys can hear it. Oh, I agree with that comment 100% right here. Can you guys hear it okay? Let me see what you guys said. UK Girl says yes. Okay, so I'm going to play it again.
I don't know what else I can tell you. Well, help me understand when you went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take me back to that day. Yeah, on the way home. On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, everything pretty much, trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talked about. Like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep.
Okay. I want you guys to all picture this. You're in your vehicle, you're driving, you got grandma on the passenger, and you have your 5-year-old in the middle, okay? Because H is already home by this point, what she's talking about. So Summer's in the middle. We've seen the photo. She's in the middle. Now, she says that she asks grandma, what is Summer doing? Now, I don't know why, but for me, this always just stands out and it bugs me. One, you're driving. When you want to look at your 5-year-old in the back seat, what do? What's your reaction do? You look in your rearview mirror and you look to see what your child is doing. Again, keep in mind, Summer isn't a baby. She's not in a car seat that's facing the opposite direction. She's 5 years old. She's in the middle. I don't understand why she would ask grandma, what is Summer doing, when your eyes just go straight and you can see yourself. Doesn't make sense to me.
I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back,
then she says, oh, grandma says, oh, she's sleeping. Candace says, oh, how is she sleeping? Again, makes no sense to me. Why wouldn't you just look in the rearview mirror and look at her, how she is sleeping? I think this whole part right here, what she's saying, is a lie. I think it's a cover up, to be honest.
Because I'm driving. And I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time. Okay. So I wanted to catch that moment. Okay. And it was just things I do. Right. And I was like, here, Mom, hurry, take that picture.
So you guys seen this video. You guys know what she's doing. So she's saying when she turned back, she turned her head and turned back, that she's seen Summer had both of her arms up. You guys remember how Candace actually puts both of her arms up and she says she's sleeping like this, like Dawn does, and she just wanted to capture that because that's something she does, which I honestly don't think. Just gonna shut up.
And she accidentally hit the video recorder. Okay, that's the picture part. Okay. Well, if you catch it, she'll like, I don't hit the video part. That's what you get. And grandma camera.
And isn't it funny that when grandma decides to try to take this photo, but ends up, accidentally recording, how ironic Summer hands are just now down before grandma decides to take this photo, which ends up being a video.
Yeah, well, I was driving though. Okay. And I was like, did she put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang.
Then she says, did she put her arm back down? When she first said it, she said Summer had both arms down. Now she's saying, did she put her arm down? Which one is it, Candace?
And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down. But her arm was up most of the time like this. Right. And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down. Okay. And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up.
Let me pull the picture up so you guys can look at it. Hold on. Let me take this down and we'll put the picture up. We've all seen it. We're going to look at it again. Give me a second. This is saved under Summer's file. Here it is. Hold on. Okay. Let me take that off the screen. Okay. So again, recap what she's saying, that on the drive home, again, after H is already home, she tells grandma what Summer doing, which I don't understand that at all. Again, you're driving, Summer's in the middle, you look in your rearview mirror. But she asks grandma what Summer is doing. She says she is sleeping. Then she says, oh, how is she sleeping? And then she turns her head a little bit and Summer has both arms up. She says she wants to capture it, but she can't, obviously, because she's driving. So she tells grandma pretty much, can you take a photo of her? Because I want to send it to Dawn because, that's what I do. And grandma ends up hitting record by accident. And how ironic is that Summer's hands are both down when grandma's going to take the recording. Now, I seen a comment here. I don't believe at all what Candace is saying right here. It makes no sense to me that you would be asking your passenger what your child is doing when you can look in the mirror. It doesn't make sense to me. I kind of wonder, again, I'm thinking of myself, why would I ask the passenger this question? What is Summer doing? What is my daughter doing? How is she doing it? If they say, oh, she's asleep, well, how is she sleeping? I'm thinking, why would I go there? Why would I have to do that? And I'm thinking, if something happened to Summer at this horse pond, if she did go underwater and maybe she wasn't acting okay anymore, then maybe I would be asking my passenger, like, hey, what is she doing? Even though I looked, like, what is she doing though? How is she doing it? Even though my eyes have looked, like getting a second opinion. It seems kind of strange that Candace, to me, in my opinion, seems very alarmed to Summer's behavior. Another thing that sticks out to me is, if you remember, when they go buy the milk and the cheese or whatever they buy, Candace says that she tells H something like, you're going home now, or you're going to have to, I'm taking you home now, or something like that, which always stuck out to me. When they got back to the car after buying these groceries, was Summer not doing okay? And is that why H had to go home? Was H supposed to go to your house? Where was he supposed to go? H makes it seem like he wanted to go hang out with his girlfriend. His dad now throws something at us that he had an appointment, which we're just barely learning now that allegedly he had a doctor appointment at 3. So I don't know. I'm really wondering if something happened at the horse pond, and by the time they went to this market to buy cheese, if Summer started showing signs of not feeling okay, maybe, and it could be little signs like what we learned from the videos we watched in the beginning about, secondary or dry drowning. Was she, not being herself, not acting like herself? Was she a little low on the energy? And if it started showing when they got out of this store, and is that why she then tells H, hey, you're going home, I'm taking you home now? And is that, if I doubt Allie really went and wanted to see Summer, there's just something that doesn't make sense there. But is that why she's saying, how is Summer sleeping? What's Summer doing? How is she doing it? I don't know. Looking at the photos with the milk, there is no way people place their milk like this. This is stacked. I think we can all agree this milk is stacked. Why is it stacked like that? I have no idea. No idea. BB Diamond, why was Candace so upset with H when she said, no, H, I'm taking you home? Yes, when you listen to that part, she does seem upset how she, when she's explaining it to Chris, it did seem like Candace was a little upset, and it's always stuck out to me, that little part right there. I always thought, did something happen that you were like, you're going home now after coming out of that store? I really lean towards Summer was not doing okay, not being her normal self. Hold on, let me scroll up. Vicky says, yep, 5 p.m. starts the drinking shift. Yeah, Candace starts drinking around 5 p.m. Wendy says, I hate this picture and the video of her dancing in the rain by the barrel for sale. Yeah, honestly, when I first looked at that video, my mind never went to where everyone has, brought up now the first sale. It's crazy that there is that part of the world out there that's so scary. Vicky says, the story of the entire day seems fishy, but to me, once they drop H off, the timeline is even sketchier. Yeah, and isn't it funny, you guys? With this case, it's like everything is all over the place. No one keeps track of time. Everything is just weird. You can't get a straight story. But once you ask Candace about what happened when you got home, she's on clockwork with it. It's like scripted. We went out to plant flowers with grandma, the candy. Summer, I told the boys to watch. I walked Summer over. I told the boys to watch her. I came inside. Where's your sister? I called for her. She didn't respond. I ran down the stairs and she wasn't there. It's like so scripted when I hear Candace say, and it never skips a beat, that part. Everything else, though, good luck with trying to get any details or any timeline with it. Dee says, it seems like a bumpy road. Why isn't Summer up and down even slight? Yeah. It's the way the milk is placed here, too. It seems like they purposely stacked it like this. And was Summer then leaned over to be placed on this cool milk? I personally think Summer is alive here. I do want to point out, but I do think there is something also going wrong. I just want to put that out there, make sure I'm clear. I do believe she's alive right here. Yeah, Lisa, I think something happened when she came out. I think Summer started showing some type of signs of not feeling okay when they got out of that store. And I watched a video and I put it on my community page, you guys. It popped up on my what is it, the homepage, and it just was like, you know, when they show you different channels and stuff. And this guy talks about, I'm not going to play it because I want him to get the views for it, but he says that about Dawn taking the Subaru. Why would it be like, you know, because it, you know, it has the GPS on it. And then he said something like, maybe Candace didn't take it that day, so we wouldn't be able to track her locations. But then does Grandma's car track where they went? Does anyone know that? Because they were in Grandma's truck, remember? And Grandma's truck isn't that like old, I don't think. Hey, Donna. Donna. Where is her booster seat? Why isn't she strapped in properly? BB Diamond, why tell the middle boy to watch her? Well, I think a lot of parents do this too. They'll tell the brother, oh, what, keep an eye on your sister. And like, let's say you're cooking and they're in the other room, depending on the age. I mean, Summer wasn't that little, but then she is the girl maybe. I just, looking at everything on Candace's Facebook and stuff like that, and listening to everything they've said, I do not believe without a doubt that she walked Summer over to the house. I mean, why would you even need to do that? It's your property. It's your land. You lived there for so long. Your kids grew up there. I mean, I'm wondering if she did physically walk Summer over. Is it because, once again, Summer was not being her normal self? Summer was feeling ill. So then that would make sense. As a mom, you walk your child in. It makes more sense to call 911. But again, you know, like the screenshots I just showed about CPS, prior CPS calls, and then, you know, the drugs, all that stuff. And if something did happen at the horse pond and Candace was on her phone, you know, going through her TikTok and doing all that, not really paying attention to Summer, you know, and then you have a minor with you who was drinking. I mean, I know a lot of us would call 911 if an accident happened, but I do think a cover-up happened here. I do. I think, my personal opinion, I go between an accident happening and a cover-up happening because of it. Matthew says, sleeping on cold milk. Some other creator, who was it, you guys, that actually said that, I don't know if they like tested it and they had their child put their head on milk and they were able to do it or something like that. Donna says, I doubt she ever walked Sweet Summer to the house. This could potentially be the same situation. What do you mean, Scott? I might have missed your above comment. I'm sorry. StreamYard's pushing all your comments out. Allie says she wouldn't wake up like she usually does. Yeah, Kmart 07. Allie did say that I guess Summer would have heard Allie's voice and got up, and she didn't. Again, I don't know what I believe when it comes to Allie's statements. I mean, have you guys tried putting your head to cold milk? I haven't. Have I done it? I know I've done a lot of crazy things with these cases, not just Summer. I do try out some things. I know with the Watts case, with Shanann, how the sheet had all that like makeup on it. I was like, I was like, no way that much makeup would be on your pillowcase from just falling asleep with it on. I don't believe it. I fall asleep all the time with makeup on. And so I'm like, she was crying when all this happened. When Chris took her life, she was up. I did some tests with it. Could the same situation, the father and stepmother locked him in the basement and reported him missing. What case are you talking, Scott? I'm totally missing it. I'm sorry. Exactly. But if she was cold, why put her on cold milk? Exactly. And I'm sorry, the milk is placed here for a reason. This is stacked here. This is stacked here. Why not put the milk here? Why not put it here? I understand there's stuff here, but why not put it here? And then H is supposed to be sitting here. H says he was holding milk. You get off the car. Why not turn around, place it here, or even the floor? Why literally Summer's in the middle? Why would you stack it like this? Unless, again, I'm just thinking, H did place it here, and then on the way home, maybe Summer wasn't feeling good, so then Candace pulled over and she placed it this way and positioned Summer to lean on it. Because it makes no sense why you would literally place milk this way. Who does this? This is stacked for a reason. I don't understand the reason though. Yep, milk would go on the floor. Yeah, you could put it here, the milk, or you'd put it on the floor. I understand not here. There's some stuff. There's the box and something. What is this? The gray. Is this the gray tote right here? But to like physically move Summer over and place it like this makes no sense. No one's going to convince me otherwise. Someone purposely placed the milk like this. And they leaned Summer over, in my opinion. Matthew says, how is she cold? Well, Candace says that Summer would get cold. She says both things. She says she would get hot easily. That's why she put a swimsuit on her before they left that day. Remember, she says that. And then she says Summer would get cold. And they don't use the AC, she says. They don't use that. And it was a hot day, I believe. But then again, keep in mind, kids go in the water. They do get cold afterwards. I know a lot of people wonder, why would you put a warmer outfit like this on her? Again, Candace says it's the only thing that was in the car. This was supposed to be her first day of kindergarten outfit. It was in Grandma's car. And that was the only thing they had because they weren't planning on going to this horse pond. And if that is true, it's just kind of sad that you would have her bathing suit on her. Like, did she not have any clean clothes to wear that you would put a bathing suit? Like, I would never put a bathing suit on my child unless they're going to get wet. Like, you put a little tank top, little shorts, or little sandals on, but she threw a bathing suit on her, she said. Makes me wonder. I don't know. It was 81, Anna said. Oh, yeah, Vicky. I think so, too. That picture with the milk is staged. I agree. I think the same thing. And I've watched other channels that have said other things that have different theories. And honestly, it just doesn't make sense. Think about you going grocery shopping. Think of if you were sitting here and let's just say you were the one holding the milk. Okay, you get off the vehicle to go home, you're going to put the milk here. You're going to put it on the floor. You're not going to physically move a child who Allie claims she was asleep when they got to her house. Candace says, no way. Again, these little details should add up. It makes no sense why they don't to me, which tells me something probably was definitely wrong here. But you're not going to move a child, even if she's asleep or up, and put them on this side and place them like this. Makes no sense. Dee says that I don't think it's so much the temperature of the milk, I think you mean. It's the inconsistencies that's the problem. Yeah, so many inconsistencies with such an easy explanation. Scott says, I grew up middle class. I went to Catholic school for my first 2 years, kindergarten and first grade. I only had slacks, ties, and cheap dress shoes then. That's all I had to wear. I grew up poor, and we never had new clothes to wear. My little sister wore my hand-me-downs. My little brother wore my brother's hand-me-downs, and me and my older brother, we pretty much got shit. So, yeah. And I know Real Deal says, I know Plender put out a video. I think she put out the video or a photo, and she asked like medical professionals to comment and say and put their what they believe if she was alive or not alive in this photo. I don't recall what most of the comments said. Below middle class, he's laughing, Scott. That's what you wrote. You wrote that. Yeah, you did. I'm like, I grew up poor. You grew up middle class. I grew up poor. Like government cheese I grew up on. My family, we were poor. Let me tell you. Thank God my grandpa owned the house we lived in. We grew up poor. Lights were turned off a few times when I was little. I know, Matthew. I agree. Matthew says, I fear that you'll never get the answers. 12 years. The state of the milk after being... Oh, wait. Wrong question. Sorry. Matthew says, I fear... Let me highlight it because it's going fast. I fear that you'll never get the answers 12 years on, and we still don't know where... I know. I seen something pop up about that case, Madeline McCann. Did you see that? Something new popped up. I think this case has really gotten to a lot of people. It's affected a lot of people emotionally. I know some creators have just backed down from even really going and discussing it because it's affected them emotionally, and then a lot of the drama surrounding it. I remember in the beginning, I had to take like a week away from this case because I was so emotionally distraught. I think I like got really snarky with someone in my chat. They said something and I just went freaking crazy over it. It was a troll, but still. You know, I'm usually pretty cool as a cucumber here. And I was like, I know it wasn't the troll's comment that really set it off. And I was like, yeah, I think I need to take a break. This case has really affected a lot of people. Is Joey here? Hey, Joey, don't know if you're here, but I see someone saying, yes, Joey. Oh, Josie. Sorry, I have a subscriber named Joey, and I thought it said Joey, but you're saying Josie. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I am going to do more Summer Wells lives. I do want to do another one about what's the other theory? The trafficking. I do want to do that one. Again, going over the theories with you guys, I'm not here to convince you this is exactly what happened because we don't know. I just want to go through all of them. The only theory I do not believe whatsoever is that some random stranger kidnapped her. I'm sorry. I've watched the videos of where they live. I know certain creators have went there and shown, and look, they could have went here, they could have done this. There is no way, I believe, a random stranger at the perfect time went up there, unless it was someone who knew them and was watching and knew their routine, knew Summer's bed was downstairs in that basement, someone that knew. Gosh, but even then, how would you even know Summer was in that room at that moment? And again, Candace was gone half of the day. And Don took the red Subaru and left his white truck there. So someone that knows the family, wouldn't you think, shit, Don's here? And maybe Candace is gone for the day? Maybe Candace left with the kids? Like, how would you know? I don't know. All of that just doesn't make sense to me, which makes me lean towards like a planned abduction. But I think that's going to be the next theory we go over.
We had people who attempt to spend the night up here, and I must say attempt.
Sorry, my phone's on paranormal. What is this? Paranormal Files official channel. That's what I've been watching, you guys, if you want to check it out. Donna says, great chat. Thank you, Crazy Crime Chick. And yeah, we're going to have open panels now for, we'll start doing some open panels, you guys, for Summer Wells. Get you guys up on here. You guys tell me what you think. It's always me telling you what I think and giving you guys my opinion and theories. I want to know what you guys personally think and get you guys up on this panel. This panel on my channel. I have to agree. I'm sorry. That's my opinion right there. This comment. I'm sorry, that's my opinion, guys. I've said it in the beginning. Candace is, because, I mean, she is the last person, and Grandis. As for Don, he's a creepy motherfucker, what he did to his sister. But as far as his role here, I still, honestly, I don't know. Blessings to all. Hi, everyone. Truth for Summer. Yes. And I hear other creators say that, law enforcement is still doing, they're still working on everything. TBI says they're working on everything. I'm trusting they're working on everything. And eventually, hopefully, they're just building and getting enough stuff to arrest somebody. Hey, PP Longstocking 2020. Yeah, you cannot see that in basement from outside. All windows are covered or have reflected glass. Yeah. And how would they even know Summer would be home if it's someone who knew the family? How would they know Summer was home if Candace's car is gone? Wouldn't you think Candace is gone probably with the kids? And Don's car is there. It just doesn't make sense. Hey, John. Woohoo, we got John in the house. Everyone say hi to John. Hey, Yenny, how are you? Hey, Cece. Elizabeth says, I think for sure it was drowning cover-up, but I think while investigations, they found more. And if you guys remember, another thing, we know that they did the lie detector test and all that stuff. They say, Candace and Don have been saying they passed, and everyone's like, law enforcement said they passed. But actually, it was Brian Enton who said they passed. If you guys remember, I had to go back because I was like, where did this stem from that they passed? I was so sick of you guys coming to me and you guys are like, they passed the polygraph. And I'm like, whoa, calm down. Wait, where did this come from? Law enforcement said. I'm like, what interview did I miss? It was Brian Enton. Brian Enton went out to Tennessee and he spoke with Ronnie Lawson, and he says they play some part of Ronnie Lawson's interview, but they didn't play the part where Ronnie Lawson said, yes, they passed the poly. Brian Enton is the one that said it. He's like, oh, and yeah, they passed. He told me they passed the poly. But why wouldn't you incorporate Ronnie saying it? I don't know. But even if they did, they didn't. Remember, Don had said that that they went back to ask Candace to do another poly, but Don was like, no, she ain't gonna do it, only if TBI does it, because I guess he didn't trust like the local police right there. Do you guys remember that? Why would they want to do another one on Candace? I'm wondering if something came up on her phone or something. They want to ask her something new. I don't know. But I remember Dawn saying that. It always stuck out to me. Dawn's always low-key throwing Candace under the bus. Yeah, I agree. Means nothing. They passed or not. This Yenny says the pitch gives me the creeps just because of it's the last pitch of this beautiful baby. I know some people are questioning if this is even the last photo or not. Yeah, Elizabeth, and they kept Hunter's phone. Yeah. But also it looked like Candace might have had two phones. They had drugs in their system, and that's a fact. So in my opinion, the polys are none invalid. Oh yeah, Dee, I agree. Oh, Matthew, I agree with you on that one too. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. You know, it's always hard for me to like say goodbye. I always just end up going more longer and longer, but I enjoyed this chat, and I'm so happy that we only had one troll come in here. Because to me, it just, when you don't have that added distraction, we're able to have a good conversation here without anyone like picking on each other or just saying stupid stuff to take away from us to be actually talking about summer. Thomas says, Candace doesn't like to be interrogated. I know from the Dr. Phil show, remember how she walked out and she started crying because she thought she was being interrogated again, she said. Eddie talks true crime and trials. Thank you so much for your comment, love. Yeah, she told Chris in the interview that it was her car, thanks. That, what, the Subaru's her car or grandma's truck? Sorry, I missed some of your guys' comments, and then I'll see your guys' answers. Lisa Lee says, with the apples next to her name, because apples are good for you. For now, my theory is Summer accident happened when H dropped his drugs and Summer found it, and her, meaning Candace, I'm assuming, selfish, scandalous parents didn't get her help, I think you mean. So you believe that an accident happened when H dropped his drugs? So would you be talking the vapes, or you're just putting that out there? I think something happened originally at the horse pond. I do. And I think that Summer, you know, being in this hot car, look what she's wearing, I think something went terribly wrong. And maybe they did give her something. I'm not sure where I feel about that. All I know is the whole candy thing with grandma just always stuck out to me from the very beginning. And I do think that an accident happened, and instead of calling 911, Candace panicked and covered it up. My only thing is, where is this child then? That's what always gets me stuck. Where is Summer? I want to do another live, though, where we actually look at the times that we've been given from when they actually get there at home and what Candace says happened. C wouldn't make a good gang member. Exactly. Where is Summer? We're going on 8 months, you guys. 8 months. Where's this child at? Where is she at? And her birthday's next month. And you know what? I want to point something out. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Think about this. I just watched, like I said a little while ago, I just watched, let's put the camera, I just watched, so you guys can see me. I just watched the interview, like I said earlier, that Michael Vaughn's mom did, Brandy Neal. I'm going to actually share it on my community if you guys want to watch it. It's a really good interview. Actually, things that Brandy, the mom, said, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was what happened. So some interesting new details, I feel like. But anyways, Michael went missing July 27th, okay? Now, the story is that he got outside the home on his own, was able to get outside of the home. The dad went to go change. The little sister, I think he smoked a cigarette, we're learning, and then he ordered a pizza. And during this time, Michael got out of the home, okay? Now, it's also being stated that about, I think, 3 neighbors claimed they seen Michael. Michael went to their house, seeing if the kids could play, and Michael's never been seen since then. Now, Brandy was saying how she's still passing out flyers because the host asked Brandy, the mom, what can we do like to help you? And she was just like, what she does is she, if she goes somewhere and she doesn't see a flyer, she puts a flyer up. She's still searching her neighborhood, even though she doesn't believe he's there anymore. She just can't stop searching the neighborhood. I can't imagine what that feels like, but she still searches the neighborhood, even though she believes he was kidnapped. She still searches it. She can't find it. She can't find it in herself to actually stop. Like, she doesn't know what to do if she stops. But she's still passing out flyers. And I remember in the beginning, flyers went out immediately. I mean, there was flyers in Spanish immediately. Then I thought about Candace and Dawn. And I remember the interview David Dotson did, remember the church friend with Teresa. And he said in that interview that they did not pass out flyers right away. I think, and I need to go back and listen to it again because I have that interview still. I don't think it's up on Mass Channel no more, but I still have it. I'm going to go back and watch it. But I think it was a couple of weeks that they didn't put the flyers out immediately. And he said, David Dotson said, because the family felt they would wait to pass flyers out until Summer's name and face died down in the news. And then that's when they would come and push those flyers out. I will never forget when I heard David saying that. It blew my mind. I even rewinded and I had to hear it again. And even Teresa, she said something like, wait, what? Did law enforcement tell them this, to do this, like not pass out the flyers right away? And he was like, no. And even Teresa said something like she had never heard that before. Because what do you do when your child is missing? You put flyers out. I think it's very telling that Dawn and Candace didn't push flyers out immediately. And per David Dotson, they actually waited because they said they would wait till the news stopped reporting on it. And then that's when they would just, I guess, go hard and push all her flyers out. I think they didn't push flyers out because they knew what happened to her. That's my opinion. But go back, listen to that interview. David Dotson says it. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I want to thank you guys for being here. Again, welcome to all of the new members that joined today. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, Yenny. Thank you. I was totally in my Christmas vibes then. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm going to go eat something, then go hit the gym, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys all next week. Bye, guys. Let's put this on. Hold on. Let's end it with this. Bye, guys.